Do you often feel like money is like the cause of all of your problems rather than what could solve all your problems? So if you said yes, or you're like, I'm not sure, basically what I mean by that is, would you say, what is your biggest stressor in life? If the answer is your finances and not having enough money for things, then the answer is money, okay? And the answer is money is the cause of your problems, because if money is your biggest stressor, then that's a problem. And that's a big problem. Stress is huge. Stress causes dis-ease and disease in our lives. And I have been interviewing my clients, and based on what I have heard, their biggest issue is money. They feel like if they just had enough money, they would be free. So today I wanted to make a video to give you guys some powerful new perspectives on money and how we think about money, because if money is an issue, there's a big chance, and I am going to say that I am 100% positive that it's because of the way that you think about money. And I have the experience to say this because this is exactly where I was. I used to think that money was like the root of all evil. If you had money, you were bad. If you had money, you had to take it from someone to get it. I don't know. Like, I just thought that money was bad. And I also always thought that money was limited, that there wasn't enough money for me to make the money that I needed to live the life that I wanted to live and to have the experiences that I wanted to experience. So I had a lot of very limiting beliefs around money, and I wasn't alone. A lot of people have these same thoughts. So I wanted to share today what I've learned so far about money and how I've transformed my money mindset. And it's not only created a life of abundance just in my mindset, but it's really created a life of abundance in just material things. I now see that, and now just because you change your money mindset doesn't mean you're going to become a millionaire overnight. I'm not a millionaire, but what I am noticing is that I'm shifting all of these ways, and I'm getting all of these brilliant ideas so that they're going to slowly start building into more money over time, and I'm going to be able to do more with what I'm receiving because of my mindset, because I've made some shifts. So today I'm going to give you guys some of these perspectives that I've taken on. Instead of looking at money one way, I've turned it around, and I've started to look at money in a whole new world, a whole new light, from a whole new lens. Since I've done this, my life has changed. My life truly feels abundant, and I feel truly wealthy. And it's not because, like I said, I have hundreds and thousands of millions of dollars. It's because of the way that I see things now. And I see that it is possible for me to have hundreds of millions of dollars if that's what I want. And I didn't ever think that before. I never thought that that was a possibility for me. I thought you had to be like born into it, or you had to win the lottery, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you started. You can always get there. So, but I did not have that mindset. So all of these things that I'm going to share with you really helped me get into that mindset and really helped me change the way that I see money and my relationship with money. So now I have a genuinely strong relationship with money. I trust money, and I'm thankful for money. And money is no longer something that stresses me out. I am not constantly worried about where's the money gonna come from. Like, I have this strong trust in money, and that it's going to come when I need it, when it's necessary. And I have this strong trust in the universe and with myself. And that's really what it's all about. Is money is energy. So it's a tool. So you just have to look at it like energy and a tool. And you will see, just like where that saying is, where your attention goes, energy flows. Well, the same is for money. So if your attention on money is that there's a lack of it, that it's going to run out, then that's what's going to happen. You're going to run out of money. You're going to keep living like paycheck to paycheck. It's like, it's going to seem like as soon as you get money, it's gone. And that's because that's what you believe about it. And so that's where your attention is, and that's what your experience will be. So you have to shift your attention, your experience. You have to shift your attention and your beliefs about money to shift your experience with money. Okay, I hope that's making sense, because that's exactly how I felt. I felt like I never had enough money for what I needed, and that there was never going to be enough money, that money was going to run out, like we were never going to have enough money in our life. And, I thought that it was just evil. Like if you had money, you were evil. It turns you evil. All of these things that were just not true about money. Money is not the problem. Okay, so let me go ahead and get into these powerful reframes that are going to help you see money in a whole new lens, from a whole new lens. Okay, so one of the main things that I used to believe about money was that money was limited and that it was going to run out. But that is far from the truth, okay? Money is being created all the time. And when money is spent, it's not being burnt or thrown away or disintegrating. It's not disappearing. It's just flowing from one group to another, from one person to another, from one organization to another. It's never disappearing. It's not disappearing into thin air. It's not burning. It's not going away. It's just flowing. And to become a part of that flow, you have to trust this flow, and you just have to learn, and you have to shift your mindset. You can't look at things. So one of the main things that's really helped me is shifting my mindset to gratitude. Okay, so I used to get really, really stressed out when my bills would come in, and I would just be like, oh my gosh, okay, here's more bills. They just take my money. My money's being taken from me. It's just disappearing. I get money and then it's gone. I see money and then it's gone. Like that's just how I felt like things were. And that's how I chose to look at it and view it. But once I started shifting to seeing that my bills are not taking anything from me. My bills are services that I am receiving. I pay my electric bill, and I am so grateful to have an electric bill. I can use my appliances for convenience with cooking. I can have hot water to take a shower and bathe me and my daughter. I have the ability to have internet and a Wi-Fi connection so I can be here with you and take my clients and meet people from around the world and do school from online because of my electric bill and because of my Wi-Fi bill. I don't see them as something as taking from me. They are giving to me. I am receiving because of them, and I'm very thankful to have the money to give it to them. And I'm very thankful for the companies that exist so that I have these capabilities to begin with. So when you shift your focus on your bills from being something that takes from you to realizing that they're services that give to you, and you start being thankful for everything that you're receiving from having to pay this bill. Now let me rephrase, you don't have to pay it, you get to pay it. What if these companies did not exist? What if these companies would not give you power, would not give you Wi-Fi? What if you didn't have that option? You have these bills because you want these conveniences in your life. So they're not something to be annoyed by or to be frustrated by or stressed over. Like, they are something to be thankful for. And yes, if you have no money at the end of it, you have the money that you had the money for what you needed when you need it. And I promise you, if you can shift your mindset, if you feel like you have a lack of money, it's because you have a lack of gratitude for the money that's coming into your life and where you're spending it. So if you can shift your mindset from feeling like lack and, because if you're in a place of lack, you're in a place that you're not grateful. Like, people will say that they're grateful for their things, but what are you doing to show that you're grateful? Are you saying thank you every single time you use something, or do you not even think about it? Okay, until something breaks or until the time comes and you have to think about it. You cannot, it's no different than doing this for your health or for any other area of your life. But if money is your biggest stressor, you need to start being thankful for your job. Be thankful for the money that's coming in. Any type of income that you've received, in the past or in the present, you need to be thankful for it. Very, very thankful. And every time you pay a bill, don't be upset by it. Be thankful that you were able to pay it. Be thankful for what the bill provides you. That's what it's all about. It's all about being able to be grateful for it, and you will stop feeling a sense of lack. You will start feeling a sense of abundance in your life, because you'll see all of these great conveniences and all of these things that you have to be grateful for, and then you'll start to notice things start coming more, because when you're not grateful for something, you will lose it. So if you are not grateful for your money, you will not have money. But if you are those who are grateful for what they have receive more. So if you start, and like I said, this is not going to happen overnight, but if you disciplined yourself and made sure that you had a daily practice of where you were being grateful for everything that you have in your life, everything that you've received and everything that you are currently using and having, then you will notice miracles start to happen over time, over a week, 2 weeks, a month, 3 months. Doesn't matter. Be consistent, and you'll start to notice a shift. You'll start to notice these great miracles happening. You'll start to notice how truly abundant you already are. You cannot receive abundance unless you think you are abundant. You cannot receive wealth or abundance if you are not in the energy of wealth and abundance. Okay, so the second one that I wanted to really touch on is that money is the root of all evil. But I used to think that money was so evil. I used to think that money was a problem. And I used to think that if you had money, it turned you evil, it turned you greedy, it turned you to all these awful things. But that's not true. The truth is, money enhances who you are. Money is not you. Money is not the person, okay? Money is a tool. Money is energy, but it's its own separate entity, okay? So money is not you, and it's not who you are. That's on you. So if you're a jerk and you get money, you're going to be a jerk with money. But if you're a kind, sweet soul that just has a really loving, giving, generous heart, you're going to be a kind, loving, generous soul that has money. And imagine what you could do if you're a kind, generous, loving soul with money. Would you start a charity? Would you donate it all? Would you retire your parents? Would you do all of these great things to give back to the world, to your family, to your community? Money does not make you evil. Money just enhances who you already are naturally. So if you are naturally kind-hearted and generous, that will be enhanced. That will be magnified. But if you are a jerk and you're not, and you're not happy with life, then you're going to be a jerk that's not happy with life with money, and you might not do great things with it. But it's not the money. Money is not the problem. It's who we are as individuals. So if you see people with money doing not great things, it's not the money that turned them into that. It's the money just enhanced who they naturally were. Same for if you see people with doing great things, amazing things with money. There's plenty of people who do amazing things with money. It's because that's who they naturally are, and the money just enhanced that. So money is not the root of all evil. The root of evil, I believe, and what I've heard from my other mentors, and I totally resonate with it, I totally agree with it, is when your love for money becomes an issue. If you love money, there's nothing wrong with loving money in a sense, but when you love money more than your family or more than a higher power or more that when your love for money outranks other things, if you love material things, if you love whatever, it can all be equal. But if you have a certain lust or love for money, then that's when things can become evil and get greedy and whatnot. So money is not the root of all evil, but how we treat it and what we think about it and how we use it, that can be evil. But if you're not evil, if you don't see yourself as an evil person, then you will only enhance the goodness that you already have. And even if you get money and you have this moment or this phase of not doing great things with money, if you are genuinely a good person, even if you go through a phase of like not proud moments. Those were learning experiences, and that was meant to happen for a reason. So it's okay if you get money and you have these moments where they weren't great or you're not proud of them, because that's not really who you are. Who you really are will shine through eventually. You will learn. You will make a mistake. If you're doing not right things with money and it's not who you are, something will happen. You will crack and you will find who you really are underneath it all. And it will enhance and help you become the better version of yourself. Be grateful for money. Be grateful for the money that you have. Be grateful for the money that you've always had. Have you always had a roof over your head? Have you always had food to eat? Have you been on vacations in your life? Be grateful for the money you've received. Have you always had shoes, clothes, hygiene stuff? Have you always had toothbrush, toothpaste, shampoo, conditioner, anything, any products, anything that's ever helped you in your life? Have you had that? Be grateful for what you've received in the past. Be grateful for all of the money you've received. Be grateful for your jobs. Even if it's not your dream job, if you can be grateful for the job that you have, you're going to receive more from it. You may fall in love with the job that you have, even if you think you hate it, or it will lead you into the opportunity to something that you really truly want to do. Maybe a promotion, or maybe because the universe sees how grateful you are for what you have, a new opportunity opens up for you. But why would the universe give you more if you are not happy with what you have? The universe can't make you happy. You have to decide that you're happy with the things that you've created so far in order for anything to get better. So I really invite you guys to take this time to begin a morning gratitude practice of, and just be grateful for the things that you have, and stop looking at things like your bills that are something that are taking from you, and start looking at really what you're receiving from them and how grateful you are. Because what if the companies wouldn't give you a loan to get your house? You wouldn't have a house. Be thankful for the financial institutions. Be thankful for the electric companies, for the water companies. Be grateful for all of these things. Your cell phone company. What if you didn't have your cell phone to be watching this right now? You'd be flipping lids, okay? So just be grateful for everything that you've got, and more will come. So an attitude of gratitude leads to a life of abundance. I promise you. It changes everything. And then the second thing is, disconnect money from evil. It's not money that's evil. Money doesn't have emotions. Money doesn't have the ability to talk, the ability to do. Money is a tool for us to use to get services and trade and do all this and do all these amazing things. So money in itself is not evil. If you're worried about becoming evil, or if you see the evil people with money, focus inward. Focus on what you need to shift in your own life to make sure that you're not being greedy. And I'm telling you this from experience. I used to be very greedy, and it's because it was all to do with a place of lack. I was very greedy. I was very cheap. I was very like, oh, we got to cut corners here. We cannot. And I was greedy in the sense of I wouldn't spend money. I was so afraid to spend money, and I would complain about the price of everything. I was like, oh my God, this is too expensive. So greedy, sounds awful, but I wasn't like an awful person because of my greed, but it was keeping me in a place of lack. But now that I'm grateful for money, I'm not perfect. I'm still working on it. This is 24 years of that kind of greed and that kind of cheapness that I'm overcoming. So like, I still have my times where I'm like, man, that's expensive, but I try to constantly shift that. I'm constantly like, just grateful that it's an option. If I can't afford it at the time, I know that if I really want it or I really need it, be patient, it will come. Trust the universe, trust yourself, and trust that everything will happen in its own time, in the right time. Don't be so and I'm saying this because this is where I was. If you live in this place of like, you have no patience, and if things can't happen right then and there, you're gonna feel like nothing ever happens for you. Your life is lack. But if you can learn to be patient and just trust that things will come when they're meant to, then you will see a whole new world, and things will actually happen a whole lot quicker than you expect. So is it worth getting worked up and stressed out in the moment, or just learning to shift the way that you think about money and be patient and just trust that things will come in their own time? You know, to me, it was worth learning to slow down and reframe the way that I thought about money. So I hope that this has really helped you guys and give you guys a whole new perspective on the way you think about money, the way you see money. And I really hope you can take this opportunity to use this knowledge to enhance your relationship with money so that you can feel more empowered when it comes to your experience with money. And I am actually going to be speaking at an event this November, so I'm going to list my website in the links below. And if you're interested in getting this is a free event, so if you're interested in getting tickets to this free event that's online, completely virtual, you don't have to go anywhere, you can do this in the comfort of your own home. And if you're interested in going to this event, go down to my website and then subscribe to my newsletter, and you will get detailed information about this event in the next month, to show what is going on and how you can register and how long it's going to be, all the details. I'm going to be, my talk specifically is going to be how to bust your limiting money beliefs so you can create an empowered relationship with money, so you can have a better relationship with money in your life. And this whole event is about stress, and it's about health and stress and just like losing weight beyond the food. Like, it's not about food, it's about mindset, it's about stress, it's about all the inner work. So there's all sorts of things that you're going to learn. I'm going to be giving you guys all these tools to create your new empowering beliefs around money so that you can get out of these limiting beliefs that are holding you back from the abundance in your life. So if you guys are interested in joining this free event, then go down to my website, subscribe to my newsletter, and I will give you all the details as soon as I have them.